Hi everyone, I am Tanvi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another book review, and today I'm going to be talking about Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. This book is super special to me because it's completely different from any other self-help book I've read. And trust me, I've read a lot of them. When I uploaded my video on my favorite self-help books, which I'll link up right here, a lot of you asked me about this particular book, so I thought of shooting a detailed review of this, and that's what I'm doing today. So let's get started. Before we start, can we just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful the cover of this book is? It has to be hands down one of my favorite book covers ever. I love the soothing blue color and the beautiful artwork of the Japanese cherry blossom. So Ikigai was co-authored by Hector Garcia and Francis Miral. These two met for the first time at a bar in Tokyo, and that is where the book was conceptualized. They went on to travel to Okinawa and Ogimi in particular, and interacted with a lot of centenarians and super centenarians, that is people who lived beyond the age of 100. And they've documented all of these interactions and researched quite a bit on various Western schools of psychology, Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, and so on. And that's how they came up with this book. Coming to the premise of the book, Ikigai is a Japanese concept that refers to the purpose or the meaning of your life. It is beautifully represented with a diagram in this book. What you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. Where all of these factors coincide, that is your Ikigai. The Japanese island of Okinawa is home to a few of the longest lived people on the planet. And the town of Ogimi in particular, which is situated to the north of Okinawa, is actually known as the village of longevity. It boasts of the highest life expectancy in the world. So what is the secret behind this unusually high longevity? This book dives deep into the lifestyle of the Japanese people living in this region and discusses various aspects of their lives. The initial few chapters of the book talk about the importance of finding your Ikigai or finding your purpose in life. The authors observed that amongst all the Japanese centenarians and super centenarians, they had one thing in common. That is, all of them led a very active lifestyle in spite of their advanced age. All of them had a purpose that made them jump out of bed every morning, that kept them going, kept them motivated. Right from making ceramics to preparing sushi, each person had their own individual Ikigai. The authors also go on to talk about Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, Morita therapy, Nikan meditation, all of these forms that are centered around finding the meaning or true purpose in life. The book then goes on to talk about finding a flow in whatever you do. Whether you're working, you're eating, reading, listening to music, whatever you're doing, you need to be completely absorbed in that particular activity at the moment and let go of all the distractions around you. In the last few chapters of the book, you'll actually read stories and interactions with these Japanese people who have actually managed to live beyond 100 years of age. They talk about what kind of food they eat, how they incorporate gentle movements into their daily routines, and in general, what are the reasons that have managed to keep them alive for this long. They've also beautifully illustrated various gentle movement techniques like yoga, tai chi, shiatsu, radio taiso, and so on, so that you can also practice them looking at this book. They also stress on the importance of having an antioxidant-rich diet, consuming green teas, white teas, and so on. And finally, the book talks about the concept of wabi-sabi and resilience. I'm sure most of you are aware that in Japanese culture, they don't correlate beauty with perfection. In fact, they believe in celebrating the inherent imperfections because they believe that's what makes a thing or a person beautiful. The book explains this concept very beautifully. Now, coming to why I love the book so much, it's because it's just so simple. It's not trying too hard to be too philosophical or to be too preachy. It's just simply stating facts, telling you stories of people so that you can draw inspiration from them and live your life accordingly. It's not promoting toxic positivity like many other self-help books do. In fact, it's just giving you a simple way of life so that you can live a happier and longer life. And before I wrap up, let me tell you my takeaway from this book. A few things that I'm going to try my best to incorporate in my life. First is incorporating gentle movement or exercise in my daily routine without overdoing it. Second, trying to eat a more balanced, variety-rich and antioxidant-rich diet, and eating only till I'm 80% full so that I don't overeat. The third is building a community, surrounding myself with a community of supportive friends and people. Fourth is reconnecting with Mother Nature. And 5 is finding those small little activities that give me pleasure and spending my time doing them, keeping myself busy, not necessarily looking for some result or some kind of productivity. The book is 194 pages long and it is written in a very simple and flowing language, so much so that you can even finish it in a single day, but I suggest don't. Pace it out and absorb it in completely. So that's about it from me on Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Let me know in the comments below if you read and loved the book. And I'll be back with more such book videos. Until then, happy reading.